What up, my PNG procuring people? It's Melder here with my top 10 beginner mistakes. So today we're going to talk about my top 10 beginner mistakes. These are common mistakes I see a lot of newer players make. So hopefully after hearing my list, you guys will avoid making them in the future. Before we get started, I just want to mention that this list is in no particular order at all. And this list was also a collaboration between myself and Twitch chat. So if you guys want to participate in that discussion at all, definitely check the link down below for my Twitch stream. The first mistake I want to talk about is recklessly spending certificates, and especially the gold certs or distinctions, whatever you want to call them. Now, distinctions are extremely difficult to get, and they're quite rare because the only way to get them is from completing annihilations or from pulling, and you have to recruit or pull 4 stars and higher to get these. So they don't come very often unless you whale or pull a lot, but if you do that, you might not really care about this video at all. Anyways, the biggest trap the beginner players do is they buy the head hunting permits. Now, I think head hunting permits from the Gold Search store is actually quite a good value, but the only way to get that good value is to buy all of them. There are 5 phases to this permit buying, and each phase actually increases in value. So once you get to phase 4 and phase 5, the value for these 10 times headhunting pulls are actually quite good. The only way to buy all headhunting permits is to have 258 gold distinctions. Okay, so if you don't have 258, do not buy this because it is a bait. It is a huge bait. The other thing that I see is buying anything that isn't these 3 things with those distinctions. So buying the 6 stars is fine, buying the 5 stars is fine, and buying all of the headhunting permits is fine. But everything else is definitely a waste. Like, you can farm all of these materials with sanity. You do not need potential ups, guys. Potential ups are not very necessary at all in this game, except for really high risk clears a contingency contract and for very specific operators that potentials help on, but not really much else. The other thing is the shop voucher store. Now, the shop voucher store is very similar because it is filled with tokens. You do not need to buy these tokens, guys. This is a bait. It is a complete waste of sanity and red certs. You basically only want to buy the chip catalyst. I see a lot of people buy Breeze and Ethan, and I think those are pretty solid options. If you don't care about using Breeze, don't buy her because 600 red certs is a ton. I like Ethan because he's great in the base, and he's also a pretty good operator in general, but really just spend it on the chip catalyst, guys. You're going to need these for E2s. The last thing about the search shop spending is do not buy the 3-star recruitment or the 4-star recruitment, guys. These are a huge, huge waste of green certs. You can get all of these characters from recruitments in the recruitment pool. So you could check out the recruitment video guide that I gave or use the A-ship calculator to find what operators you want. If you could get Myrtle from the green one, I think it might be a bit more worth it, but you can't as of this moment. So just don't bother with these. They are a huge waste of green certs. The next beginner mistake I want to talk about is the store page. Now, on this page, you either spend real life money or your premium Arknight Prime currency. And I want to make sure that you guys don't spend this poorly. You get the most bang for your buck, and it's important. So I want to make sure you guys get good stuff from this. Now, in terms of the packs, the first one I want to talk about is the enhancement pack and the pro enhancement pack. There's no excuse to not buy the regular free enhancement pack because it's free and you get a bunch of good stuff from it. The second thing is the pro enhancement pack. Now, if you do not care about skins at all, you do not have interest in buying skins, and all you use your Arknight Prime for is to pull, then you absolutely should be saving for the pro enhancement packs every time. And the reason for that is because it gives you the conversion from Arknight Prime to Arundum exactly the same, but it also gives you materials. It gives you LMD, it gives you tier 3 mats, upgrade materials, all that good stuff, and you're just wasting the potential for that. So if you guys are not pulling anytime soon and you really need materials, then the best way to do it is to use the Pro Enhancement Pack. If you do care about skins, you should still probably buy the Enhancement Pack, the Pro Enhancement Pack rather, but it kind of gets to a gray area around level 40, level 50. So, because it gets really expensive at that point. So, if you guys are free to play and you do care about skins, I would consider maybe not buying it, but it's all, dependent on what you want as a player and so on. The lastly about the store page, just do not buy the furniture pack or the starter upgrade pack, and don't even really buy the weekly growth pack, guys. I think they're all a waste of money. Most people would buy these so you'd get Arknight Prime from them, but it's like 6 for the starter pack and 13 for this upgrade pack. Don't spend the money on this. You could spend half the amount of money and get almost the exact same value with the monthly card, and you get bonus sanity to spend on farming materials. So if you're going to buy anything, guys, buy the monthly card. This thing is really good value, actually. If you don't care about spending money, obviously ignore this, but monthly card, great value. So the third beginner mistake involves team balance. Now, one of two things will happen. The first is you pull a super strong operator, say someone like Certs. You're really excited that you get Certs, so you say, I'm going to only build this character. Do not only build one character, guys. Certs is not going to help you in every single stage that you play. There are some stages where you can't even use her at all. So really try to make sure you have a balanced team or balanced squad. The second thing I see people do is they build way too many characters. They get excited that they pulled a bunch of characters and they want to try them out. And they end up building all of them, but they're all super underleveled. Just try to make sure, you guys, that you focus on one squad at a time and build those characters up so you can play through the content and experiment with other characters or E2 and mastery the characters that you really, really enjoy. If you guys want to hear more about this topic, I made a whole squad building and team composition guide on my YouTube channel, so go check that out. I'll put it in the description down below. The fourth beginner mistake involves the base. Guys, I'm just going to say it, build your damn base. Build your base. I hear a lot of beginner players talking and complaining about not having enough LMD or XP tickets or any of that stuff. Just build your base. That's like the easiest way to get large amounts of LMD and stuff like that. You just build your base. It does not have to be the same layout as me, obviously. You can do a bunch of different stuff for different purposes, but make sure you have level 3 left side of your base, factories, trading posts, power plants. Make sure all of them are level 3. You do not need to max out your dorms, guys. Like, you can have them at level 3 if you really wanted to. They don't have to be level 5, but make sure that your left side of your base is fully leveled. You want to have a level 3 workshop, and at some point you definitely want to have a level 3 training room as well. So build your base. It is so helpful. You will not regret it, I promise you. The next and fifth beginner mistake I see a lot of people make is involving the friends and the friends list. So what friends do in Arknights is they give you credits. Simple as that. With those credits, you can go into the credit store in the shop page, spend those credits on things like recruitment permits, furniture parts, expedited plans, materials. You can even buy operators with those credits, and those operators you can buy are actually pretty good. So the thing that beginner players do is they do not fill their friends list. They have like 10 out of 40 friends. And now you may be thinking, Melder, okay, that was a little rude. You pointed out I don't have friends. I don't have 50 friends who play Arknights. I don't even know if I have 50 friends at all. I can relate to that, quite honestly. Don't worry about that, guys. I don't have 50 friends who play Arknights, but what I did was I joined one of the many Discord servers, the Arknights official, other YouTubers, other Twitch streamers. I joined their Discords. They all have friend ID pages. Just say, hey, I'm new. Type on your keyboard, hey, I'm new. I need some friends for credits or something like that. I just need friends for clues. And I'm sure people will add you for sure. You can even join my Discord. I would love to have you in there. And I know a lot of people would definitely send you friend requests if you asked. Now, the other thing you can do is you can go to the add tab. I'm going to hide my webcam and my event list real quick so you can see. You can go to this add tab. And basically, you can just search a bunch of different words. That's what I did. I searched a bunch of colors: red, orange, blue, green, purple. I searched random words like tree, rainbow, egg, surf, just a bunch of random words. And I sent them all friend requests. And then I filled my friends list up with that super easily. So that's something that you guys can do as well if you don't want to use Discord, or you don't like Discord, you don't want to join random communities. I understand that. So that is a different option for you guys as well. The sixth beginner mistake involves the cargo escort and the tactical drill stages. I see a lot of beginner players, they don't know what to farm, so they just randomly farm these stages for some reason. Don't fall into that trap, guys. These stages, although they can be very helpful at times, and a lot of people do farm them, if you're a beginner player, there are tons of other things that you could farm instead that are going to be much more valuable to you. Now, I understand that some people don't have a lot of LMD or XP tickets, but like I said before, just build your base. Just build your base, and that will be a lot more helpful than building these stages, or farming these stages rather. You could farm the AP5 or AP stages to get red certs. You could build your base more. You could get chips, do material farming in the main storyline. There are tons of different options to you if you don't know what to farm. And guys, if you're not sure what you need to farm, you can check out my operator building guide, and that will help answer a lot of the questions of what materials do I need, how do I plan and make an operator or upgrade an operator, and I'm sure that video will help you out. The next beginner mistake is to use your practice plans. Now, instead of hitting start right here on the bottom right, you could hit practice, and you can see at the top you have 30 practice plans every 24 hours. So if you guys are not sure if you can beat a really tough stage like MPEX8, you want to try out different strategies, test the waters, see how the stage goes, you want to use practice plans. If you don't use practice plans, you'll end up losing sanity. And if you're doing things like the challenge modes, you're going to lose half the sanity. You're going to lose 10 sanity per loss if you do this, compared to just 3 practice plans. It's not that difficult, guys. I know sometimes you do it in practice, but you can't do it at the start. But really take advantage of the practice plans so you don't waste any of your sanity. Okay, so the next beginner mistake is to 3-star your stages. I see a lot of beginner players, like on account reviews or streams or anything like that, people just aren't 3-starring their stages, and that's a huge blunder. The reason for that is because you get an Originite Prime for 3-starring a stage. Now, if you're missing like 18 or more 3 stars, that means that's a full skin you're losing out on. You could have gotten a full skin, half of a 10 pull. You're missing out on a ton of premium currency just for a little bit of sanity to redo the stage. Now, if you don't know how to redo or 3-star a stage rather, all you need to do is beat the stage without losing any HP seals. Don't let any enemies run into your blue box, and you should be golden. Now, for the more difficult stages that people are struggling with, it's okay if you don't 3-star them at the start. You can come back to them later. Just make sure you do that and you don't forget about them. But if you are having trouble and you can barely not 3-star the stage, you're just missing like 1 or 2 HP, just use a support unit. There's no shame in using a support unit to help you out. The only reason why you don't use support is so you can auto farm a stage. But if you can't even beat the stage, don't worry about auto farming it. Go to some of the easier stages to farm. I made a whole farming guide on my channel, so I will link that in the description down below as well. So use supports, guys, if you need to. It gives the other person credits, and if they use your support, it gives you credits as well. So don't be afraid to use support units either, and 3-star those stages. The 9th beginner mistake that I see a lot of people make is they don't upgrade their skill ranks, or they don't do skill upgrades. Now, skill upgrades help increase the power of the character's skills by certain amounts depending on the ability and the character. So it's really important that you guys upgrade your character's skills because it unlocks a lot more power. They do more damage, they heal more, they're tankier, things like that. It's really helpful, guys. I've seen people with E2 characters that are just skill rank 4 or skill rank 3. Like, guys, upgrade your skills. The biggest power spikes are usually at skill rank 4 and skill rank 7. And then once you hit skill rank 7, you unlock the ability to mastery your characters For example, my Liskarm here, she is M3 on her skill 1. I'm going to make a whole mastery guide in the future, so definitely stay tuned for that. But try to upgrade your skills, guys. It's really important. It's just as important as leveling them up or maybe even promoting them to an extent. So definitely upgrade every aspect of your character instead of just choosing one or two. So the last beginner mistake involves influences. Now what I mean by that is when people start playing the game, they hear things like this character is amazing, must pull, absolutely broken, or on the other side they hear do not build this character, they are trash or they are garbage, they're awful. I just want to say this, guys, build the characters that you want to build and play the game how you want to play it. I think input from other players, especially veterans, is important, but don't just blindly follow what other people are saying and don't get super influenced by how other people think that you should play the game. Play it how you want to play it. Now, what I try to do is I try to make sure that people have the information that they need in order to make educated decisions for themselves. That's something that I think you guys should try to do as well. Make sure you try to do your research if you care enough. If you want to be a meta slave and play meta, play it how you want to play it. You can do that. If you want to build off meta operators, you can do that as well. Guys, this is a PvE game. There is no PvP. There's no ranking system. So you guys can play how you want to play it, and you can get just as much enjoyment as someone who plays differently than you. That's going to be it for the top 10 list. Hopefully this video was helpful to you all. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments down below. And if you want to have discussion, join the Discord server or check me out on Twitch, and I would love to have you. So hopefully you have a nice day, and thank you so much for watching. Peace out.